All right, y'all. So, telepathy, reading minds, knowing what somebody's gonna say before they say it. Already knowing what somebody is on. That would be people's definitions. Let me put the seatbelt on. All right. That would be people's representation of telepathy, right? But you gotta think about it. Okay, so that's what telepathy is, right? Knowing what another person is doing, or the people around you, or just having an awareness of what people are doing before any words come out their mouth, or before they really even do anything, right? Okay, we got that. So think about it. What would be one way to determine, like, you're in your head, and we know that, they said that certain people don't have an inner monologue or inner voice, and some people do, some people don't. I think most of the population doesn't, and a small percentage have an internal voice. So we have, realized in the 21st century, whatever century that we in, that, there is a internal dialogue that's going on with us. We can talk to ourselves. We can have certain narratives or narrations in our mind that, we just keep to ourselves. And so to me, it's like, okay, well, we know there's activity. We just know that we can hold things in, basically. I can smile in your face, but deep down I really hate you. So also telepathy will also be it also might, and there's a lot of things, there's a lot of ways I can go with this. I'm just trying to stay focused. Another form, and the more I express this thought, the more I'm actually seeing that it's a lot of references to empathy, where you can feel how it's like other people's emotions and things like that. And I remember one time I was listening to this YouTuber, shout out Feel Good, and he was like, telepathy, it's empathy, and then the next level is telepathy. So you start off by feeling other people's things, by feeling the emotions of other people without they really having to say or do anything. And then it levels up to now you're hearing other people's thoughts, or you're hearing just what, the opinions, or just how everybody's feeling around you. And I've had many experiences where this has happened to me, where like, and one thing I would say about telepathy is that a lot of people think every thought that they have is theirs. So a lot of people can never gauge what telepathy really means, because they think that every thought that appears in their mind is solely tied to them. Now, understanding that we are in a collective consciousness, we are in a sea of consciousness. And so, yes, you have your own independent will and mindsets with certain things, but there is a world outside of you that also has their own thoughts and opinions about things. And what meditation is for, and with sitting down with yourself and just being still and being quiet, is to now separate yourself from things that aren't you. So let's say, for instance, because this just happened to me, right? I came out the gas station. And it was very interesting. Matter of fact, now that I'm even thinking about this, wow, this shit is crazy. So I pull up on the gas station, and I'm looking at a group of white people. Like, it looked like they was selling something, like they was selling a house. They was all outside. They was, chopping it up, looking at the house. I was like, oh, that's what's up. Like, I don't know. Like, my attention just went there for a second. Like, I don't know. I was just, like, I don't really stare like that. Like, if it ain't for me, it ain't for me. I'm gonna keep it pushing. But, like, I don't know. When I put up to the gas station and I seen them, it was just like, I was just staring at them. It was like, huh. Like, all right, that's what's up. Like, it seemed like they about to buy their house. That's what's up. And then I kept it pushing. So I go in there, get the gas, get what I need, come back out. I come back out the gas station, get in the car, throw the seatbelt on. And before I pull off, the people are still out there. And so something just appears in my mind like, man, it'd be funny as hell if you just hit these niggas like pinballs. Because they were in the road. Like, they were it's a street, and they're standing in the middle of the street just looking at the house. And so it was a thought that came in my mind, like, it'd be funny as hell. It was and it's funny because people call them impulsive thoughts. You know, that's the viral thing that's going around. Impulsive thoughts. And so I laughed it off. I was like, bro, them impulsive thoughts be hilarious. But then it was funny because I had kind of tied that thought to me, because I just know that world and the activity that is in your body, like the internal world that's in your body. Like, you got ancestors in here, you got there's all types of versions of you inside of your body. So a lot of them have different opinions on a lot of different things sometimes. And that's another process of meditation, just sorting out the voices and the internal dialogue in you. But I'm pretty good at that. So I just laughed it off. I'm paying no attention. Like, of course I'm not about to go do that. Just because I think it don't mean I'm gonna do it. So I just kept it pushing. Man, I thought that thought and I laughed it off, right? But then I see a dude speeding down the street that day on. And I was like, oh, that was his thought. Because you could tell, like, this nigga was, I saw Brett in the car as he was driving towards him, and he was literally, bro, looked stressed as fuck. The nigga was going fast as hell, and it made more sense from that thought to come from him than it would me. Because, like, that's just not how I think. I know myself. I would never just do something impulsively like that. I wouldn't even think about doing no shit like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, now, granted, I ain't gonna cap. I know for me, sometimes my mindset is based off the, like, you know, with anybody. If you're angry, then, you know, you might be in the more mindset of fuck everybody. I don't want to talk to nobody. And I know I wasn't in that mindset. I'm actually feeling really, really, really good. I had a good morning. So I actually was helping people in the store. One lady needed help. I hold the door open for her. One dude almost dropped his drink. I was about, like, so I'm not in that energy of frustration and just fuck everybody. So that right there tells you, like, no, that thought is not yours. I remember one time I was at Five Guys and I was in the bathroom and everything was good. Then this white dude came in there and it was just like Black Monkey. And I was just like, what the fuck? And I looked at bruh, and bruh just looked at me almost like, I know this nigga did not just hear me. Because I was in the mirror. I was checking myself out. I was like, all right, let me make sure I'm good. Make sure ain't nothing on the face. And it's like he walked in and I could feel like bruh was just a weird nigga. Like, you know, one of them people that just, like, they just hate. Like, they just have this internal dialogue of hate. Like, you could be, you know, everybody smiling and these niggas. If you've ever watched anime, you know what I'm talking about. Especially if you watch Death Note. Like, it's anime, not just anime, but different films and movies show you, like, the narration that goes on in somebody's head. I think Diver Wimpy Kid did that. Or just a different kind of movies. They show you, like, the internal dialogue that goes on in people. And it's very funny to me because I've realized that a lot of schizophrenia or just a lot of things with the mind is not really that people are going crazy, just that they're confused of why they're hearing these thoughts and these thoughts in, like, you know, words in their atmosphere, but they're throwing them off because people aren't acting they're not acting in the manner of what their thought says. So just like, okay, your boss, you know, you might be at work and your boss say something disrespectful to you. Inside, you want to beat this person's head with a brick. But you're not going to do that. You might, you know, take a deep breath, chill out. But that energy has to go somewhere. The real energy of what you really want to do is still being broadcasted. And there's certain people that can just pick that shit up. There's certain people that can just pick up, like, oh, this motherfucker really don't fuck with me. Like, that's how you get them out. When niggas be like, oh, yeah, he's snakish. It's just that person is already peeped. Like, oh, yeah, you just smile in people's faces. If I do this, you know, some people, oh, he's happy. Oh, he's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with him. You don't know what the fuck I'm thinking in my head. And to be real, it's not like the body can do all of these, like, different, it can, but, like, if you really think about it, there's kind of like a cap on the different expressions that a body can do. You know, like, you got smile, you got a straight face, you got a frown, like, so, like, just because we make these physical actions doesn't always mean they're aligning with what we feel deep down inside. I know we all can attest to this, you know, so telepathy, empathy, all these things are just internal communication. Instead of me basing all of my senses on what I'm seeing, I'm also picking up on the energy internally that's coming from you, instead of what you're just saying outwardly. Yeah, I feel like I explained that perfectly. There we go. That's it, y'all. Peace. Have a good one.